So I met Warren Beatty.
Okay.
You know, technically. And also, like, I don't know what else. What more do you need? Like from that exchange, I met Warren Beatty. That's as good. That's peak Warren Beatty relationship, right? I met him. I mean, I'm not saying there's not more fulfilling things in store for you if you are his neighbor. I'm just me. Like, what am I going to do with a Warren Beatty friendship? I'm like, this is it. I got to share it with somebody.
Right.
But who do you share it with? Like, I don't want to come off like a star fucker to my LA friends. And the truth is, even Cody's a little young to understand what a big deal it is to see Warren Beatty in person. Do I have an older friend who's from out of town?
Nope.
Wait a minute. I think I said it out loud, and Cody was like, well, your dad's been pretty cool lately. So now I text my dad. But it's not my dad. I'm texting Heath Cullens, the director of Great Minds, who thinks he's my friend. He has good reason to think that I would just text him the following, I just met Warren Beatty at a restaurant! Exclamation point.
What? Who are you? 1930s Hollywood royalty? If I wasn't playing a dad, I promise I would have come up with something better than that, but I was trying to stay in the voice. Parentheses, in my mind, he's 120 years old. Then I said, was it at Chick-fil-A? I heard he loves waffle fries.
And then meanwhile, I'm trying to take a picture, like I'm trying to do a selfie thing because he's in a booth behind us. I didn't want to be like I just thought maybe, you never know, if the camera's on top, maybe if I do one of these, maybe you'll see like the top of Warren Beatty's head like over me and Cody. But it ends up just being a nice selfie of me and Cody. And that's fine too. And I send it to my dad and I say, this would have been my attempt at a Periscope shot at him, but there's no way, so it's just us having met Warren Beatty. I'll tell you what, man, he looks way older than you.
Because it's important to compliment your dad.
And this is where I feel bad, but I'm trying to flatter my dad. I'm like, he looks like a mummy that went to a barber and said, make my hair look like Warren Beatty.
Maybe that's why you don't get to meet people.
I'm really excited that Dan is texting me these on Saturday night, like unsolicited, unannounced. So I keep playing along. So he looks better than I expected.
But you see, you're not playing my dad at this point, right? You're just being Heath.
Yeah.
You think I know you're Heath.
Yes.
Yeah, okay, all right.
But I didn't want to like fuck up the, I didn't want to fuck up the bit. I thought you were still enjoying that.
Okay, so you...
But that you knew it was me.
Okay, yeah, okay.
I'm not going to not yes
So you think I know that it's you, and
yes.
and you think that even though I know it's you, I'm like I'm still treating you like my dad.
I thought you, yeah.
Okay.
We're entertained by it in some
And so
way.
you say...
And Cody being there also made me feel that way.
Right.
Please don't fight, guys.
So then you say, no, it's your... Yeah, so I say, so he looks better than I expected, is what I ask.
And I say, here's the important takeaway. You are like 3 times sexier than Warren Beatty. This is
Don't look at me.
This is how cool a son I would be. By the way, if look how low my bar is for a dad before I open the fucking floodgates. And I'm like your pal. Like I'm giving you like inside Hollywood shit. I'm calling you sexier than Warren Beatty. Like, all you gotta do is like congratulate me on an Emmy nomination, and I will be your son every 8 hours via text message. Yeah, so I say, you're 3 times sexier than Warren Beatty.
I say, boy, you two look like you have that post-Beatty glow, though. Are you both pregnant now? He's old but virile.
This is where it gets really sad to me.
It takes a turn.
Because meanwhile, Cody and I are talking, because Cody and I are talking the whole time, and the conversation isn't about Warren Beatty. It's about my dad. I'm like, how come? So then I text, Cody says you and Mom should come out to California and we could go to Death Valley with Cody's dad. You'd probably like it in the desert.
I want to let you all know that you are falling for the same shit.
What do you mean? What are they falling for? They're going like, ugh, this hurts.
There was a like, oh, daddy, oh. we all got wrapped up in this shit. It's beautiful, but it's sad. But it is beautiful.
It's sad.
And it's sad.
I mean, the beauty is only just go. It's a sad balloon. Maybe it's inflated by beauty. Like we blow it up with beauty, but it's a balloon made of sadness.
Yeah, we like to call it the old piss-stained clown.
All right, so I invite you and Mom out to California, and you say,
I'm not sure we can handle the heat. It is a dry heat, though.
So now at this point, I'm thinking, am I correct in assuming that maybe you're starting to go, oh shit, does he think?
I'm like, I want to put on it the faux dadness of it enough that you're like,
right.
Haha, fuck you,
right.
Whatever.
Dry heat, oh, he's really going over the top with this dad character.
But also, at this point, and Emma, my wife, can attest to this, I'm like, oh, he's really like playing, we're like riffing, and I didn't want to ruin it, but I was also just like, what do I say now? And here's the sad part this is much sadder, but the sad part from my side is like, I don't want Dan to think now I'm not funny, like that I can't keep it going.
Like a dad would think.
Yeah.
You would want to be cool to your kid.
Or also like a son would think for his.
That's right.
There's a whole.
I'm telling you, it was dynamic. It's dynamic.
There's a lot of emptiness here.
I'm just swooning. I go, it's so dry. I'm a bigger pussy about heat than you, and I was fine. It's incredibly quiet and free, and you can do whatever you want. Just a thought. Cody's dad loves the desert, and so Cody kind of grew up going out there with him. It was like her Dells. That's a reference to the Wisconsin Dells, where my family would go when I was a kid.
Does the next bit require a little context with the brothel thing because of my knowledge?
Yeah, I mean it does because like Cody's dad.
Yeah, so I know Cody, who you all I'm assuming know since you watch the show and know who she is. She's a great writer. Wrote a show that I worked on as well. That's how I met Dan, through directing the show that she wrote. One of the things she told me, her dad is very cool, artistic, and when she was a youth, they would go to the desert. You've heard about that so far. But there was a brothel that he went to with her, and he was like friends with some of, I don't know what happened there, but they were friends, and it seemed sweet. And I was like, that's crazy, Cody. And then we would always joke about it, and then Cody and her father recently went on a trip out there, and the brothel has since closed, and he like collected a sign from the exterior of it. And it was like sweet but funny, and just a cool little side story. So I text, after he suggests we go out there, it's tempting. And you know how I feel about brothels. Does Cody's dad still know a good spot? I know his favorite spot is closed, but maybe you, he, and I could find a new one together.
So then I turn to Cody and go, did you tell my dad about the brothels? And Cody goes, I don't know, I tell everybody. So on we go. And so I go, we could start one. I'm gonna pitch it to Warren.
Oh, I bet he has some great thoughts on that. He'll class up the joint for sure. And then, hey Dan, I'm really enjoying our father-son repartee. I just want to make sure you remember this is actually Heath. The timestamp on this was 10:52 p.m. on Saturday night. This started at like 8:30 p.m. that night.
And my next text is at 11:10, so that's 18 minutes later, and I didn't get anything else done. Like, I just read that and took 18 minutes to respond. Oh my God.
Somebody just got dad fished.